2026 lean season, which stretches from May to September. In Borno State, the epicenter of the 16-year-long jihadist insurgency, around 15,000 people are projected to reach catastrophic hunger or famine-like conditions, WFP said in a statement. And former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has officially joined the coalition party, the African Democratic Party (ADC), just 17 months to the 2027 general elections. The 78-year-old politician disclosed this in a post and short post on his official X handle on Monday, attaching pictures of him holding the party's membership card with the brief caption, "It's official." Prior to him joining the coalition, the former vice president had been a high-profile member of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). He, however, resigned from the opposition party in July 16, citing irreconcilable differences that have emerged, pushing hunger to unprecedented levels, with thousands facing famine-like condition. That, according to the World Food Programme (WFP) on Tuesday, nearly 35 million people in northern Nigeria are projected to face severe food insecurity during the 2026 lean season, which stretches from May to September. In Borno State, the epicenter of the 16-year-long jihadist insurgency, around 15,000 people are projected to reach catastrophic hunger or famine-like conditions. That's according to a dire projection from WFP. And secondly, for our second topic for discussion and matters today is former Vice President Atiku Abubakar officially joining the coalition African Democratic Party (ADC) just 17 months to the 2027 general election. We're going to be taking a look at what this means for 2027. Joining me to help analyze this is Yemi Daniels. He's a public affairs analyst. Mr. Daniels, thank you very much for joining us on Matters today.
Well, thanks for having me. Good afternoon.
So let's go to the first topic for discussion, which is a United Nations projection and a dire projection, for that matter, that World Food Programme, saying that the resurgence of jihadis and insecurity in northern Nigeria are pushing hunger to unprecedented level, as thousands will face hunger and famine-like condition. What do you think of that projection? Let's start with the general questions before we go further.
Well, it's a green one, actually. It's a green prognosis. And of course, it's expected that a substantial volume, the majority of Northerners are rural farmers, they are small, older farmers, and the current insecurity in the land actually threatens their ability and undermines their capacity to actually do the food production that serves the entire country. So it's a dire one, whether we like it or not. It's the reality we have to deal with, and I hope governments will do the needful in view of what is being projected to mitigate the impact of it or ameliorate the situation by augmenting production with some subsidized imports, pending the time we are able to stabilize, hopefully. But firstly, it is expected, given the resurgence of insurgency at an unfortunate level in recent weeks.
Now, the federal governments have, right from the inception of this administration, have stressed, have outlined rather some food security program. The last couple of months, we've heard on the news of how the federal government have been trying to diversify the economy, and we've heard, a situation where the federal government has been providing fertilizers to farmers, seedlings, genetically modified seedlings to the country. Now, whether these seedlings and these fertilizers and this federal government food program are reaching the actual farmers is another thing, because we've heard from some farmers that most times these food programs just given to party supporters or people that are not core farmers. But be it as it may, the federal government, according to information we've been getting, have been rolling out these food security programs. We've also heard from the federal government where the defending the several travelings of the president, where the federal government, the presidency, have come out to say, hey, these President Buhari isn't just traveling for fun of it. They've actually been meeting some agriculturists from other countries to aid Nigeria food security. Now, but how useful is this food program if insecurity is still at a high level when you consider the best of our farmers, the arable lands, the best lands are in the north and central part of Nigeria, and these people are facing insecurity. Our farmers can't even go to the farm. So how good is this federal government program if the farmers are not making use of these farm programs and agricultural programs available to the government?
I would think that human security should precede food security. I would think that first and foremost the life of farmers should be guaranteed before you talk about supplying them with whatever input the federal government wants to give to that. If I cannot go to my farm, the seedlings or the support that federal government provides is more or less useless to me. You understand? So I think fundamentally the first port of call is how do we ensure that these human beings are alive and their properties and well-being is taken care of in such a way that they can go about their businesses and their economic activities without fear. So I think that is where we need to first deal with this, that is a priority. If we cannot prioritize that significantly and successfully, whatever support that we are providing is more or less a dream. It will not amount to anything.
Indeed.
But I want to quickly say again, beyond provision of seedlings and whatever it's one of the problems one of the biggest problems we have had as a country is the lack of commercial farms. Now, when we have a small older farmers, massive number though, you see, for a country like Nigeria, I would expect that we have some commercial farms that cater to local consumption as they have it in Singapore, for instance. Singapore does have 260 food farms that cater to local consumption. You understand? Now, if you had a program like that, for instance, commercial farms that provided subsidies to mechanization, I'm not talking about providing intermediaries. Identify existing farmers who probably have about 5-10 acres and provide them long-term capacity, long-term subsidies or loans via the commercial bank system. However, the federal government will guarantee those loans. You understand? The commercial banks provide these loans. The loans are channeled through commercial banks, for instance, for administrative purposes at a single-digit long-term rate. Now, these farmers, primarily the essence of their production is local food supplies. Now, imagine us having about 250 or 300 of such people who are producing a certain tonnage of each of the crops that they can produce. But so as a people, we do know that at so and so season, we do have this volume. Now, trust me, with that volume, it will also produce, if we provide power infrastructure, one of the biggest challenges we also have is post-harvest losses. I tell you, I think the data is about 45 or 55% of post-harvest losses because there are no cold storages in Nigeria, except probably one or two that I think Tura Danjuma is opening a cold storage somewhere in Ekpe now. But I think for the moment there are no cold storages in Nigeria. Now, so with that, we would have been able to reduce our post-harvest losses. So there is a problem of infrastructure as well. You understand? And infrastructure happens when federal government provides basic infrastructure like power. Now, private sector can now invest in value addition and other infrastructure that will also help us solve our problems. I'm sure you know that we have irrigation challenges. Our farms are largely dependent on rainy seasons. We keep saying these same things over and over again, and there doesn't seem to be concerted effort towards food sufficiency. And in fairness to this administration, you would agree with me that the price of food has dropped significantly until the recent resurgence of insurgency, which will impact us towards essentially towards the end of the year or next year. The food supplies, food prices have gone down, which is a function of food production and food supplies. So imagine if we can scale that into commercial farming, if we can scale that into value addition, if we can still scale all of those things, there will be a significant level of food sufficiency. But fundamentally, the first port of call at the moment is the safety and the security of the lives of Nigerians, especially in the northern Nigeria, who are mostly farmers.
Now, you've mentioned some other things which this report didn't actually put into account. The World Food Programme just talked about the resurgence of insecurity in Nigeria, but clearly you've mentioned some other factors contributing to lack of food sufficiency in Nigeria, like the storage system, the irrigation, lack of irrigation. Another thing there is the road network in Nigeria, where we have most of our roads are bad. Short and simple, and the maintenance culture has been practically non-existent, and this each successive administration just come with their own road network. Like right now, where the mixed reaction of actually trailed the coastal road that this present administration is building, and the questions from detractors are like, what happened to the old road? What about maintenance? Obviously road infrastructure, road network is part of the problem besides the resurgence of insecurity.
Yeah, absolutely. The road infrastructure has to be, we need to improve on it. I think it was J.F. Kennedy that did say that economy don't make good roads, good roads make good economy. So if we had, and that's why there should be some level of synergy between the federal government and the state government, even the local government, in terms of road infrastructure. Now, if the federal government is attacking the federal, there should be complementary efforts from the state government to do the road, because essentially it is the state government that do farm to market roads. You understand? The major roads from our farms to the market are essentially being constructed by the state government. The question is, to what extent the state governments prioritize the rural roads in their respective states? I'll give you an example of Lagos State. Lagos State is not a farm, it's not an agricultural state. Yeah. But trust me, there is no significant effort in the hinterlands as much as in the urban areas in Lagos. And it is the hinterlands, as much as I am not asking government to abandon the urban roads, but while you're constructing urban roads, there should be hinterland networking the urban centers. This is how we can do the network between the farm and the market. And when that network is handled, what will happen is that there will be significant reduction in food prices because the cost of transportation reduces. Cost of transportation increases with maintenance of these vehicles or maintenance of the facilities or the transportation system, which also brings us again to railway system. But how integrated is our railway system in such a way that I can put something in Maiduguri, you understand, and be sure that it will get to Ibadan in less than 1 day. What are the results? So these are the issues. These things they're interconnected. Infrastructure is linked to food production, linked to security. When we undo these things integratedly, I think we will be able to solve our problems significantly. But you see, everybody, the whole government is operating in a world of its own. There is no proper synergy between the state government and the federal government, so that the impact of governments will be felt at the very grassroots. And we know that local governments are not earning more than we ever imagined. The question again is, how much of that earning has translated in bettering the lives of the ordinary Nigerian in their local community? I think there is a disconnection between the three tiers of government. And if we can synergize at that level for one area which is huge, I think we can scale it into other areas of productivity and economic activity that is required, including value addition. As it stands today, a value addition is low, but is it possible for local government as a revenue optimization strategy to begin to collaborate with private sector in the local communities to build value addition plans? Imagine tomato paste in a local government and it's always between the private sector and the local government because they're getting a lot of money. You will not believe that an LCDA in Lagos State is now collecting as much as about 250 million every month. There is no LCDA in Lagos State that gets less than 200 million naira in a month from the federal allocation. The question is, where is that money going to? What are they doing with it? If the local government now, that one thing this administration has done is ramp revenue. Revenue is at an all-time high. But what is the use of revenue if the ordinary citizen does not see the impact of this revenue generation? And that's why some people are kicking again the new tax laws. Because if you make a lot of money and it's still not impacting, most of that money is coming from me, what is the basis? Why should I keep paying taxes that will not impacting? In some countries of the world, they live on taxes, but those taxes are judiciously expended in such a way that citizens will not feel the impact of the taxes they are paying, because it's a common thing that is being effectively distributed to bridge the inequality gap in their respective country. What we have in Nigeria is that government is making the state is becoming bigger and the people are becoming poorer.
And that's where some criticisms come when it comes to the removal of the subsidy. I mean, many economists have agreed that was the best thing to do, remove the subsidy. But obviously there was the issue of, hey, we don't trust the government, so this will just be more money coming into Nigeria, but unfortunately it's going to be more money on the pockets of political office holders instead of going to the poorest of the poorest. That's where the people criticizing the subsidy we're coming from, and that's exactly what is going on right now. Of course, the federal government has been coming out to say, oh, thank God for removal of subsidy, more money is coming into the state government, are getting more money, the local government, as you rightly alluded to, are getting more money. But well, where is the money?
I want to say something. I think it will not be fair to say Nigerians do not trust government.
Well, but that's the truth.
The word should be government is not trustworthy.
Okay, I think that's the right word then.
I think it's a better word. It's not because Nigerians do not want to trust the government in Nigeria. It's not trustworthy. Well, think about it. When the honorable minister was being questioned about the cost of a kilometer of road in the coastal road, where in the world would you spend 17.5 billion on 1 kilometer? Where in the world, excluding rail? I mean, that's ridiculous. Do you understand? So government is essentially fundamentally untrustworthy, and you do not commit trust. Trust is easily earned. You do not commit to trustworthy to somebody who doesn't deserve, who is not trustworthy. So government is not trustworthy. So it is not the fault of you, because when you say Nigerians don't trust, it should be as if Nigerians are the ones that will not trust government. The issue here is government in Nigeria at all levels is not trustworthy.
So another hole, if you will, that I'm picking out of this World Food Program is that they say nearly 35 million people in northern Nigeria, emphasis on northern Nigeria, are projected to face severe food insecurity during the 2026 late season. Now, the problem with that word northern Nigeria is that, unfortunately for Nigeria, larger percentage of the food production in Nigeria is coming from the north, and especially the north central, Benue states, and Kogi State, Plateau, exactly. And then it's the food production coming from there, of course, besides the ones that are being imported into Nigeria, are the ones that comes into the southern part of Nigeria. So if these 35 million people in the north will be facing this famine-like condition, it will definitely affect the whole of Nigeria. So it's even a much more dire situation, which means the number of people that will be facing famine-like conditions in Nigeria will be much more than the 35 million.
Yeah, because you think about it, 35 million is a very significant chunk of the northern population. Now, think about, I do not have the statistics of the small older farmers in the north now.
I mean, we've not had census in this country for 4 years.
Yeah.
So we can only,
we have a population of about 230 million people currently, according to the United Nations.
Yeah.
If you do the mathematics, most likely the north have about 130 million people. You understand? Now, 35% of 130 million people is about 30% of that population. Is almost 30% of that population.
Yeah.
Now, if where the food is being produced, that chunk will face that level of problem. You can imagine what we have to suffer in the south here. What that means is that what farmers will produce is just going to be enough for farmers to live on.
Yeah.
They will not actually sell. And what this means is that food inflation will be back to where it was in 2024. At a rupee 40-something percent.
If not worse, because because the economic situation in 2024 is not as bad as, now it's worse, the bar is quite low in the first place.
So you can imagine what it will be like next year. Now, if God help us that we're able to partner effectively with the American government so that we're not really economically sanctioned, you can imagine when you put that on top of all of these things, you can imagine what we may have to deal with in 2026, a pre-election year. So the situation is dire, and what it requires is a lot of creativity, a lot of collaboration. Governments can no longer afford to live inside. There is a need for government across the different levels to collaborate so that there will be a connection between what they are doing up and what they are doing at the middle and what they are doing on the floor. It is that one of the reasons development doesn't get to the ordinary Nigerians, because of this disconnection. When there is no connection, the federal government comes up with a macro idea. The state government comes with a micro. How does the micro connect to the macro to ensure that there is mileage at that state level? And now every local government must also design their own economic blueprint in such a way that we plug to that macro and micro, and in such manner that it will affect their local communities. I strongly believe that there is no capacity for governments at the local government level, and that is why I say, in my own opinion, that it's high time we focus on the local government system in Nigeria, so that they can learn how to create economic blueprints, socio-economic activities and blueprints that will connect effectively with the federal and the state and translate to impact in the lives of the ordinary person, because people live at the local government. when there is no creativity and collaboration at that level, I'm afraid, no matter how much money we get, it will not get there. Not, I just said, there is no LCDA. I have the data. There is no LCDA in Lagos that gets less than 200 million naira in a month. Not one.
Wow.
Not one. And these were people who were getting less than 30 million naira. Sometimes 40 million. They are now getting, some are getting 260, some getting 290. Do you understand? So when you hear things like that, that means there is a lot of work that needs to be done at that level to ensure that people are significantly impacted.
Well, there may
okay, let me give you an instance. Let me quickly say this to you.
Okay.
In January of 2025, the money that local government got in Lagos was 41 billion. 923,000, 923,000, 41 billion, 923 million, 94,812 naira and 6 kobo.
Wow.
Local government in January in 2025.
Wow.
Now, comparing to what they got in 2023, which was 15 billion, that's just about a third of what they were used to collecting.
Now, but the some people will say that the floating of the naira, the situation of the naira right now, makes the money pretty much useless. Some will say the value of the money then, despite how low it was, is higher than the value of the money now, despite how high is it.
Now, the issue is now you could argue for value when it comes to exchanging the naira for a foreign currency.
Okay.
Do you understand? When you're coming to local economy, it isn't so bad if we can put our money to good. I'm not saying it is bad. It is. If some countries deliberately keep their currencies weak, but ensure that there is production at the home front, so that the currency is not as weak as it would have been if there is no production. So our problem is production level is very low compared to consumption. Now, if we produce so well, regardless of the naira relative to the foreign currency, locally we will be fine. And don't forget, it is this same floating of the naira that is helping us to get more dollar in terms of encouraging more exports. Today, we have a balance of payment in the positive. It's not in the negative. We have trade surpluses today. So we are getting more foreign exchange thanks to Dangote. But we need to, government now needs to prioritize other sectors, especially agriculture. We have massive arable land in Nigeria. I didn't say something. There is need for us to develop a commercial farming blueprint where existing commercial farms are probably do about 10-15 acres. The government will engage them on how to further mechanize their operation and provide significant facilities for them. Those facilities could be shared amongst them. You understand? And the idea is to ensure local production. You don't export when you are not sufficient to it. It is madness. Because what will happen is that the local environment will suffer. But when it becomes surplus, then you can export the surplus to earn more foreign exchange, get more naira, and get development running. So there is what I see here, there is no connection, there is no significant connection in terms of economic activities between the federal, the state government, and the local government. And we need to do that to ensure that development is first at the ground level. We need that as quickly as possible. Now that does not take it away from the fact that we will go through some serious challenges next year as food production reduces, no thanks to insurgency. But we can manage it. We can manage it. I'll give you an instance. Think about it, that given the fact that it is no longer news that we will suffer some decline in food production next year, especially if the current trend of insurgency continues, we will suffer that. Now, what effort effort will government make to ensure that that impact is mitigated next year? If I were government at this point in time, the areas that are suffering, we will deal with security. Trust me, when the area suffering, that are suffering from indecent insurgency, even if the thing is taken care of, the fear, the trauma will not let people go out as quickly as possible. Now, can we see the possibility of ensuring that there is production in Akwa Ibom, in Cross River? You understand? In the southern part of the country where farming is also a major source of living, can we commit significantly to that so that what we do not get in the north, in the interim we will get in the south will not be like buffers for the north. Between Cross River and Benue, the distance isn't so bad. Between Akwa Ibom, so we can ensure that the impact is mitigated, but that point starts now. In fact, we're almost late.
Okay, let's go to political issues now, where former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has officially joined the coalition party, the African Democratic Congress (ADC), African Democratic Party rather (ADC), just 17 months to the 2027 general election. Well, this is not exactly a shocking news. I mean, he resigned from the PDP some months ago, so we're expecting that any moment from now he will join the ADC. Well, he's made it official. What do you think of that?
Well, it was expected. We Nigerians always knew that he was going to the ADC, and we eventually did exactly what was expected of him. But the question we should be asking ourselves, what exactly is the ADC offering Nigerians? Now, Nigerians chose the APC without thinking properly or interrogating the APC what their change was about. Nigerians just voted for the change mantra only for us to see the change APC promised.
But in positive, in negative retrospective.
Negative, yes. Significantly negative. We've never been so bad in the last season since the Fourth Republic. We're in a serious situation. The situation is serious. So if the ADC coming up with something significantly different, and when I say different, what is the yardstick? How do we measure it? What are the parameters for measuring the difference? How does the ADC intend to transform Nigeria? How do we get, because only a quantum leap that will save the day. Well, the ADC, what exactly is the ADC coming up with? Now, after the ADC tells us and we're able to interrogate and scrutinize what they're telling us, we now look at which candidate are they presenting to execute this thing. Does this candidate have the executive capacity and the legislative track record for this level of performance? Those are the questions we should ask. I am a big fan of track records. Does this person have the track record of executive capacity and legislative collaboration to deliver on this mandate within the context of the rule of law? Don't forget that we have a big problem with the rule of law currently, and government is cherry picking court orders. Now we have a problem. Any party that is coming, for instance, I personally will be asking, what exactly do they have for the justice sector? I believe that there is a nexus between justice and economy. Now, if I was bringing a $5 billion to the economy, and I'm not sure that this issue could be resolved in 1 month, I'd rather not bring that money to the economy. At the moment, the economic disputes can last as much as 3-4 years. And $5 billion already in. And the time is counting in that fund. So if that party will not significantly reform the justice sector in such a way that justice is being done and seen to being done, I am not sure that party has anything significant for Nigeria in real terms. You can pontificate over economic, over macro, over this. The question is, our justice system cannot support radical economic development. It can't. It doesn't have the capacity to do so as it is today. There are allegations, corruption, allegation of commoditizing justice. And no serious investment, you will agree with me that we do need for indirect investment. We cannot survive a foreign portfolio investment. We can't. What we need is foreign direct investment. And people will not bring their hard cash into a system where the justice sector is perceived to be significantly compromised by the political elite. So I would like to hear what the ABC has in terms of justice sector reforms. I would like to hear what the ABC has in terms of national orientation.
That may be too very hard to achieve considering the infighting going on in ADC. I mean, as a matter of fact, at the time when Nigerians are, craving for opposition party to give the ruling party a run for its money, and since we have a democratic system right now where the legislature and the judiciary, as you've rightly alluded to, have become an apron of the executive, this is where the opposition party comes into play to put them on their toes. But we have a situation right now where the opposition parties are, well, for lack of better words, lots of civil war going on amongst them, and the PDP even in a worse situation. But because the bar is quite low, ADC rather, some may argue, seems like a slightly better alternative when you see, as I said a few seconds ago, the PDP are in a worst situation, the Labour Party are in a terrible situation, and these were the two parties that actually gave APC a run for its money during the last election, and those parties are in comatose right now. So the ADC seems to be a slightly better alternative. With that in mind, don't you think the ADC rather, if they can put their act together between now and 2027, can actually push APC to its limits?
They have a chance. If you recall, when they came mainstream, the idea was that this is the vehicle that the opposition parties will use to contest the APC. Now, what that meant was this: that PDP, Labour Party, and all the other parties that might be willing would align with the ADC with some strategic conversations in the background.
Like a repeat of what happened during the formative period of APC?
No, it's a different one.
Okay.
Now, what we had with the APC was a merger.
True.
What we have now is alliance.
Okay.
Now, what that meant is this: Labour Party could be strong in Edo State and also strong in Taraba. I'm just saying for an example.
Okay.
So what the alliance is okay. The Labour Party will support, or let's use another example. Abia State is Labour Party. Labour Party is strong in Abia State.
Yeah, probably the state where they are strong right now.
The only thing where they're strong at the moment. Now, can we retain ADC will not fly a candidate at the governorship of the Abia State elections?
Okay.
ADC will work for Labour Party, PDP will work for Labour Party in Abia State.
Okay.
And all the other aligned parties will work for Labour Party. But in exchange, Labour Party will work for ADC at the presidential elections. That is a kind of alliance.
Okay.
PDP is strong in Bauchi, is strong in this, strong in that. Wherever PDP is, ADC will not present a governorship candidate at that level.
Okay.
Wherever ADC, the Labour Party and all the other aligning parties will work with PDP to retain those governorship seats while where they work at the federal level. Now, that's the way alliances work. There are strategic conversations in the background. When eventually they win the elections, that's okay. Which party gets this ministerial appointment, it now becomes some sort of a government of national unity.
Okay.
Now, when they do it that way, everybody shifting their ego to who is the most likely candidate Nigerians will want to vote for to be presented as a presidential candidate. And that's why I asked the question, who has executive capacity and the legislative partnership that is required within the context of the rule of law that can match President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the 2027 election with the assurance that Nigerians will sign up to him because they are tired of the incumbents.
Now, let me pose that question to you. Like we know that in ADC right now, 3 people have come out to announce an agenda interest. Abubakar, obviously, Peter Obi, and Rotimi Amici. Even though Peter Obi is not officially a member of the ADC right now, but we know that. Politically speaking, Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi have a better chance. So, between these two, who do you think have the executive power, capacity rather, that you think Nigerians will be able to back in the ADC?
Okay, thank you very much for that. I want to look at it within the context of the Nigerian society between those two candidates.
Okay.
Peter Obi was able to garner 6 million votes.
Yeah, a very short period of time.
Within a short period of time, Atiku Abubakar did about 8 million votes. And if you look at the challenge some parts of the country had with the Peter Obi presidency was the likelihood of another term, which they cannot imagine.
Okay.
On the other hand, Atiku Abubakar may not be able to secure the votes of the Southerners. Because he is a Northerner. It's a sin that the South has not done its 8-year term.
Yeah.
Now, we will think that an Atiku Abubakar and a Peter Obi partnership would work.
But how will the partnership work though? Because I mean, the only calculation is an Atiku Abubakar presidency and Peter Obi vice president, and you just alluded to the fact that some Southerners may be aggrieved with that calculation. And of course,
yes,
Atiku cannot be a vice president to Peter.
Cannot be a vice president to Obi. Now, I see a situation, and I'll say this: I've always thought this is the case. Where President Goodluck Jonathan will be brought back into this equation.
Okay, you think so?
Just watch. I think that's a likely candidate. If you remember, barely 1 month and a half ago, the former president visited the chairman of the ABC.
Yes.
He visited chairman of the ABC. The question is, for what? If you also notice, in the last 1 month, the former president has been in the public domain.
Yes. And of course, some PDP members have also alluded to the fact that they've been trying to bring the former president back into the fold. But do you think that will work?
No. You see, the question is this. People did not think the APC would work. But did it work or not? It did. There are usually critical stakeholders who move the machines and the materials. You understand? They know how to talk to A, how to talk to B, how to talk to this. You see, the issue is, let's take Nigeria, let's take possibility of winning.
Now, there's another issue of acceptability, though, because some Nigerians and a large chunk of it, are still, despite the dignity at which Jonathan bowed out of government, there's still some Nigerians that are angry with Jonathan with the fact that it was a situation of Nigeria at that time during the Jonathan administration, was why a lot of Nigerians were sold on the propaganda of the APC. Now, Jonathan has all of a sudden become a god because people never thought things would get even worse during the APC administration as it was during the Jonathan administration. But be it as it may, a lot of Nigerians have accused the Jonathan administration of being too lukewarm, too disconnected from the realities of Nigeria. Some have even said the Jonathan administration Jonathan wasn't even in charge of his government, which was why it was easy for APC to come into power. Do you think Nigerians will accept a return of a Jonathan government?
You alluded to something now, and it's the fact that people are now beginning to see Jonathan as is assuming a godlike status, that when in his administration there were certain things that we saw that we're not seeing now. Whereas some people also think he was a weak president. And I'll say this, whether you like it or not, Jonathan hails from a minority of the minority tribe. To the extent that the Nigerian constitution is not as strong as the Nigerian personalities. You see, there is only so much a president can do if he doesn't have the political capital that is required. There was a massive conspiracy against Jonathan across the length and the breadth of the country, except his own Ijaw people. Now, no matter how massive a leader is, the strength of a leader lies in the support of his people. Where the people who are supposed to support him have already stripped him, there is only so much he can do. Now, I don't know if you heard the Sultan of Sokoto spoke so well of Jonathan already a month ago at a particular forum.
Now, two things. Because of time, let's fast forward. Two things. The fact that he has assumed a godlike figure is. Don't you think some Nigerians will think, well, let him remain a godlike figure, because as soon as it comes back to politics, you know how dirty the APC know how to play. Don't you think he will be demystified? And once he's demystified, it will be a huge disadvantage to him. That's one. Two. Oh, I've lost my train of. Okay, answer that while I thought of the other one.
No, I think that the ball is in his head.
I think now I've remembered the other thing. That to do. The second one too, though, there are some people that are pessimistic that if Jonathan comes back, Jonathan several times says he's a friend of Tinubu. And then some may look at it as a PDP machine to further divide a Peter Obi vote, or a Peter / Atiku Obi vote, if that happens, which will further give more power for the APC to win. So in other words, some people will think it's an APC and Tinubu machine to further divide whatever gains Atiku and Peter Obi will, and that will also be a disadvantage to Jonathan.
We are looking at a situation where that second thought may not hold, because we're looking at a situation where the ADC is presenting Atiku and all the other parties are aligning with that. Do you understand? So the issue of him being a Tinubu machinery will be if you were coming under another party aside the APC or the ADC. We are looking at a situation where all the opposition parties, because look at it, it is easier for an Atiku Abubakar to step down for a Jonathan than for him to step down for Obi. He will not step down for Obi. And Obi will not step down for Atiku. But both of them, it's easier for both of them to consider Jonathan as a neutral person to step down for. This is a political decision here.
And which will further fuel that conspiracy theory of it being an APC machinery.
No. You can't be an APC machine
because Wike has been a thorn in the PDP for a very long time, and all of a sudden, Wike now decide to accept a Jonathan into the PDP fold that will give his master Tinubu a run for his money. You think a Wike will accept that?
Don't forget that Wike's prominence in politics came from Jonathan.
Yeah, but right now, he's not.
If you notice, in his remarks, he is refusing to dismiss or say anything against Goodluck Jonathan.
Yeah, but right now, Jonathan is not the one putting food on the table. It is Tinubu putting food on the table. You think he will abandon his current master for a former master?
The issue is this. We're talking about influence and power here.
Exactly.
If you recall,
right now, Tinubu has the influence.
If you look at it from this angle, did you notice that Kwankwaso has been very close to aligning with APC? Because the handwriting in the wall is looking like the North is not aligning with you. Politicians they enter into calculations. If Enrique calculates, for instance, that the North is anti-Tinubu, North-East, North-Central, North-West. Think about it. And they are aligning with the Goodluck Jonathan, for instance, which they will, I'm telling you, they will align. Sokino Sokoto was singing the praises of the Jonathan at a forum 3 weeks a month last month.
Well, that may be demystified during the 2027 campaign.
Let's wait for it.
Okay.
Because all the Jonathan needs to do is to read the figures of the metrics of his failure and 5 years in office.
Okay.
Jonathan, and how the APC unpatriotically aligned with foreign powers to undermine the elections in 2015. And all of these things will be in the public domain all over again.
Okay.
And you will agree with me, the Southeast and the South Side will naturally gravitate towards the Jonathan. The moment the North gravitates in his favor. So we're talking about 5 against 1 here.
Okay, well...
Nigerian election is still ethno-religious, essentially. And don't also forget that Jonathan is a Christian, so Christians will see this as salvation has come.
Okay.
And Tinubu is still running a Muslim ticket, except he wants to drop Shetima, which is going to be a tough call, especially at this time.
Okay, let's leave it at that because we need to open the phone lines for people to make their contribution. Thank you very much, Mr. Daniels. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me.
Okay, that was Yemi Daniel, the public affairs analyst, talking to Rosite right here on Matters on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. It is time to open the phone lines, 0700 903 903 903. Again, 0700 903 903 903 or 0803 692 9933. Again, 0803 692 9933. You can call or text us via WhatsApp 081 rather. Again, 081 717 56338. That's a WhatsApp line. I'll read that again. 081 717 56338. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. Tell us where are you calling from, please?
Yeah, I'm calling from Ikosi.
Okay, Obina, go ahead.
Before 2015, Nigeria believe APC,
Yes.
expecting data change. According to them, during their campaign, the PDP didn't do well for many years now. That Nigeria has a refinery that is supposed to be working. That these refineries are working, and the life of many Nigeria will be better. And then Nigeria believes them. Worry also say that within 6 months that is going to deal with Boko Haram, Nigeria believes. So what is going on in Nigeria today? The failure of APC to fulfill their campaign promise in 2015 is INEC. Nigeria should hold INEC responsible for what is going on in Nigeria. For APC to still remain in power since 2019. So it is INEC fault. We should hold INEC responsible.
Okay.
That is my own opinion. Thank you.
Thank you. 0700903903. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
I
greet you, sir. Tell us where you're calling from, please.
My name is Charles calling from Ikorodu.
Okay, Charles, go ahead.
My brother, all those people that want APC, since 2013, where the joint commission on APC, they have nothing to offer in the country. All of them are from APC because they are PDP to APC, APC to APC. They have nothing to offer. And anyone that is coming out in the statement of Northern is backing them up, they cannot do anything. You will see the kind of insecurity in Nigeria. That is just truth. Let's tell ourselves the truth. The only thing that will change this country is anyone Nigeria say now we will stand for. Now in the future this country. But see this with them now. This with them now. Or the thing that I want to say in my station. I will see the color. My name is Charles. My name is Charles calling from Ikorodu. From now to practice at the level, I will see the make career. It will take happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you. 0803 692 9933. Again, 0803 692 9933. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Tell us the name, where you're calling from.
My name is Akodiba.
Okay, Akodiba, go ahead.
So, do you know that among those who campaigned for APC in 2020, in the 2014-2015?
I'm not surprised. I mean, that said a lot of things and Nigerians believed them.
You know, I was championing the cause of Buhari and APC to come into power. But as I speak to you right now, any coalition that will take them out of power, I am inside it. I have been almost among those who are the forefront of campaigning against them in every ramification.
Will you vote for Jonathan government back if he comes on under PDP?
Okay, let me tell you something else. The truth and nothing but the truth. Jonathan, we love him. He's our ex-president and he's a statesman. But if I should see him, I will tell him, Your Excellency, sir, I think it's time for you to take a back seat and now allow Peter Obi and Atiku for them to take this APC out of power. Jonathan, as far as I'm concerned, is a distraction as at this moment. We want a strong alliance, a north and a southern strong member who can take these people out of power. Okay, and I am campaigning for Atiku and Obi to align. Because believe me, those people can take Nigeria to El Dorado.
Okay.
Why do I say so? Atiku have built wealth, and the people will have built wealth, not politically, but individually. When Atiku was the president of Nigeria, you see how economy was under him. Do you understand me? When Peter Obi was the governor of Anambra State, Anambra happens to be a state that is not borrowing anything, and they did a lot. So with these two men combined together, I think we will make a headway. We will be respected again.
Okay.
They cannot be lyrical all over the world again.
Thank you.
So I'm in for them. Thank you.
Thank you. You can also call or text us via WhatsApp 080 rather 081 717 56338. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Solo.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Welcome to VOP. Tell us the name. Where are you calling from?
I'm Edward, calling from Sango.
Okay, Edward. Talk to us, sir.
Yeah, you see, to join all this issue, because I heard when we are talking about food scarcity in 2026. Have you?
True, yeah. That was the first topic for discussion today.
When we discuss food scarcity without talking about security, I don't think we are getting it. And when we are talking about security without talking about who is financing terrorism, I don't think we are getting it. I think the thing we need to do as Nigeria, because when Nigeria now is a little side, we know what is happening right from when APC come on board. What we need to do is that two things is sure. So far we are one Nigeria trying to survive. This APC-led government, if they fail to tell us who those 400 lists that is sponsoring Boko Haram, then we'll vote for them and we can protest against it. Number two, this electoral law, electronic voting, through the digital. If the new INEC cannot come to round table to tell, because it is what we want that he want to give it to us, not a politician. Politicians are part of us. So if he's not going to follow electoral law, electronic voting, that when we vote, our vote counts, we have to protest on it. Okay. Because this is the two standing protest that all Nigeria must make before election. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to VOP. Tell us the name, where you're calling from, please.
Solomon from. I don't know if you are hearing me.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
But I'm not hearing you from here. This is John Legend calling from Mushi. You see, Solomon, I believe in action. We have talked a lot over this matter. The problem we are having in this country is saboteurs. We are just trying to sabotage ourselves. We are the saboteurs of ourselves. If we can tell ourselves the truth, the problem we are having in this country is bad government. Because if we have a good government, we don't need to tell ourselves lies. We only based on the truth. If we cannot do away with this insurgency, this terrorism that is happening in this country, we are going nowhere until we stop this terrorism here, first and foremost, before we can talk about anything, development and everything. As long as we are still living with the same people, we cannot do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, Solomon.
Yes, sir. Welcome to VOP, sir. Tell us the name, where you're calling from, please.
This is Joseph. I'm calling from Okafo.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
I may come from another dimension, but please pardon me.
Okay, just 2 minutes, please.
Okay. You see, the issue of Nigeria, I have heard your analysis. They are calling the government. Who are the government? With the people. The problem facing Nigeria today is as a result of ethnic differences. And then the agenda that is consuming all of us today is the neglect of Nigerian people on a particular ethnic group that entered Nigeria since 18 something, and they have an agenda of conquest to occupy. That is the problem we are facing in Nigeria. If all of us do not address this particular issue, and then we are gloating over it, believing that there is another solution, there won't be. Atiku is from that expression. Can we ask him, what will he do? Because the name of his expression has been mentioned every day. What will he do to see that we are able to live together as a people who own this nation of Nigeria? It is coming to question the agenda that Buhari left, and all of them, if you interview them secretly, they continue to tell you that they are the owner of Nigeria. So that is the basic problem we are facing. Will ADC, will he be able to say, okay, I want to be a new Nigeria? Peter Obi that came from nowhere, and people have seen his record, not being a smart politicians.
Okay.
Can we push in there so that we can build a new Nigeria?
Okay, thank you.
That's my own little contribution.
Thank you. 003-692-9933. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome to VOP. Tell us where you're calling from, please.
My name is Obina calling from Edo.
Okay, Obina, go ahead. Talk to us.
Solomon, good afternoon, sir. Nigerians, I appreciate. Nigeria will be better when our vote counts. If our vote does not count, all these things we are talking is taking a dead goat. When our vote counts, Nigeria will be better. Thank you. That is what I want to say.
Thank you. Okay, let's take a break from phone calls and try to read some messages. Good afternoon, Solomon. I'm disappointed that your guest speaker echoed reduction in food prices. May I let you know that such claim by the ruling party amounts to mere propaganda. The prices of food items remain high and unaffordable. Chima from Surulere. Good afternoon, Mr. Solomon. The situation right now and the leadership style of Tinubu, Nigeria deserves another leader by all means. We can't continue moving from fire to fry pan. Any serious government will achieve a lot within 4 years. This government is a total failure under APC and Tinubu government. Raf from Satellite Town. On the issue of hunger in the north because of insecurity didn't start today, but it was a gradual process that the northerners didn't take notice of it. This is the result of religion in politics and religion intolerance that have been bedeviling the north for a long time, that gave birth to jihadist group in the north. It is just unfortunate that it is affecting the middle belt, that they never bargained for this, and it will always affect the south. So the federal government needs to be decisive against this crisis. As for Atiku, congratulations to him and wish him well in his new party. John from Ijaniki. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome to VOP. Tell us where you're calling from. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I coming from the my name is Mr. Christian.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Christian.
I really have you, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I can hear you.
Good afternoon.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Please, my local contribution is this. I want to ask this APC government and our president, why are they hiding this name? These 400 names they give them. Why are they hiding all of these names all this time? They never really go to out tell Nigeria, this is the people that are killing you people. They read their name. Let Nigeria know who they're killing them. Why are so the life of those one is so important than citizens who voted you. Most of them they're killing today is the one that voted you in that 2023. They are stand on the sun so the day to vote you. Then they get to end. Now the dangerous people, the criminals, will hide their names. They don't want us to know the name. What is without the old meaning? Please, I want to ask my APC government, why are they hiding this name?
Okay, thank you.
If you know what they happen in life, to them to review this name, tell us, tell Nigeria, who are these people are killing you.
Thank you, thank you.
This is my own contribution. Bye-bye.
Good afternoon, sir. May Tinubu never happen to us as a country again. Oracle from Orile. Okay.
Hello?
Hello, welcome to VOP.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Tell us where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, I'm calling from Sweden.
Okay, go ahead.
We are talking about Goodluck Jonathan and Atiku and you know one thing in Nigeria, we always like to bring out somebody to embarrass the person. Like example now, when Goodluck was in power, we do not see the good on him. It's not that they have defeated him, they now find out the good to understand. So for me, I will not advise Goodluck to come out because I know the country I came from. We go to the great country. But talking about the thing at people and we cannot accept.
Hello, can you move away from the radio TV set? We're getting the whole back. You're almost blowing my hair off.
Yeah, we are talking about our people to be under the article now. I don't know to be under article to be with it's for them to give chance for APC bring out ourselves as a Nigerian, the one that holds the country to protest. All this nonsense will stop. Because all this article come out, we come out, will not come out. APC want to use that thing to scatter Nigeria. So they will see how the power to continue.
Thank you.
That's what I have to say.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Solomon of Mandagas. The African Democratic Congress is offering Nigerians a credible alternative to the ruling All Progressive Congress and the People's Democratic Party. The party's vision includes offering jobs creations and promoting economic growth through infrastructure development and youth empowerment program. Also promoting transparency, accountability and inclusivity in governance. ADC will also ensure the safety and security of citizens and promoting national unity. Addressing issues of inequality, corruption and social justice. Meanwhile, replacing PDP, the ADC is gaining momentum with prominent politicians like Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi joining the party. The party's coalition is seen as a viable alternative to the APC. Regarding overshadowing APC, ADC faces stiff competition, but its coalition of prominent figures and focus on grassroots mobilization could give it an edge. The party's ability to unite opposition forces and present a strong candidate could challenge APC's dominance in 2027. People are tired of APC. Mr. Ogumbi from Idimo. Okay, thank you. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Can you move away from the radio TV set, please? So switch it off totally. I can hear myself through your phone.
Okay, sir. This is Mr. Solomon, sir.
Yeah, tell us the name, where you're calling from, please.
My name is Collins, calling from Ijebu.
Okay, go ahead, Collins.
Do you know what I want all this our Nigerian people to start doing to this experiment? I want everybody that call in the radio to keep on reminding this government that without that 400 names that give from to them from EAU, that if they don't give us the names of those people, that we are not going to vote for them. We should everybody start telling them that they will know that Nigerians have known what they know. Without that, this government, will not even give us any chance to breathe.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, Solomon. Please call the 080 line again slowly. Thank you, Marshall from Ikeja. Okay, let me call it again slowly. 0700 903 903 903. It's a very simple number. And the other line 0803. I'm assuming you're writing it. 692 9933. Okay, I've called it as slowly as I can. Good afternoon, VOP. From my thinking, the current president stands in a better position to be declared the winner of the next election again. Remember, the military, police, navy and air force are under the command and control of Mr. President. Are you sure that INEC will always dance to the tune of their paymaster? Judiciary is an extension of the executive, and the president is not the type who cares. He can go any extent to get what he wants. Louis from Surulere. Hello.
Hello, Solomon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Please, you're my last caller.
I'm calling from Ireland.
Okay, go ahead. Please, 1 minute. You're my last caller.
Yeah, I know that there's no time. I am very, very happy. I'm glad that our people are formally join ADC. The question is this. Do you think the national security, because their belief is that after 2031, power should come back to the north. But if Atiku and the do work together, the nation will be over the 40th year. But if they repeat what they do in 2023, they will do it for another party. Because to remove this government, have to come together the way they did it against the matter. So I want them to, as 2015, foreign powers help APC to come to power in 2015. So they should do the whole thing. They should go to Trump. All the evidence of killing here is to be, because you still put it.
Thank you. We have to round up now. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Solomon. I want to plead to Nigerians to protect their vote in 2027 and vote out the APC, a party that has brought hardship, poverty, and bad governance to our people. Thank you very much, Emma from Lagos. Sorry, I have to shorten your messages because we have to round up. Oh, your message is long. Sorry. Solomon, I don't know why. I don't know who sees Jonathan as a godlike personality. That's in your own imagination. A godlike personality for where? Then again, the seat of president is not reserved for anyone, so I don't get how Jonathan jumping into the race is to reduce the chance of Peter Obi. Okay, thank you very much, Jay. Sorry, I have to cut your messages short. Good afternoon, Solomon. This is great from Orishu Barry. I pray again, just as the person that said, may Tinubu never happen to Nigeria again. Okay, thank you. VOP, good afternoon. Atiku should be a statesman and support Peter Obi to strengthen the instructions and conduct credible electronic elections. Goodluck Jonathan should go and rest. He has paid his due to the nation. Otuonye. Good afternoon, Mr. Solo. My submission to the discussion is that APC government is a monumental failure and disaster, the worst that ever happened to this generation. Valentine from Apapa. Okay, God bless VOP. Thank you very much. It's time for us to go. We'll be right back tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. and the program is Matters on Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and the program